The mysterious clue. Clara stared at the aged parchment spread out on the table before her. The lines and symbols seemed like an intricate puzzle waiting to be solved. Her heart raced with excitement as she realized this could be the key to finding the long-lost treasure. With a determined look, Clara picked up a magnifying glass and examined the tiny symbols etched along the edges of the map. Her eyes widened as she recognized some of them from her history lessons. They were ancient symbols used by a forgotten civilization that was said to have hidden their treasures across the land. As the sun set, Clara's room was bathed in a warm orange glow. She continued to decipher the clues, piecing together the hidden message. "The crescent moon guides the way where stars align at break of day," she read aloud. Her mind raced as she thought about what it could mean. The next morning, Clara woke up early and rushed to the window. The crescent moon was still visible in the sky, and its light seemed to point towards a hill at the edge of the village. Clara knew she had to follow this clue. She grabbed a backpack, packed some essentials, and set off towards the hill. The journey was not easy, with thick undergrowth and tangled vines blocking her path. But Clara was determined. She remembered her grandfather's stories of bravery and adventure, and she knew she had it in her too. After hours of hiking, Clara reached the hill's summit. She looked around, searching for anything that might match the second part of the clue. Then, just as the sun began to rise, she noticed a pattern in the alignment of the stars overhead. It was as if they were forming a shape. With her heart pounding, Clara realized that the stars were forming an arrow, pointing towards a large rock formation in the distance. She followed the arrow's direction and eventually found herself standing before the rocks. As Clara examined the rocks closely, she spotted a small, hidden crevice. Carefully, she reached inside and pulled out a small golden key. She held it up to the rising sun, and it glinted with an otherworldly radiance. Clara knew that this key was the next step on her journey. It was a sign that she was on the right path, that her determination and curiosity were leading her closer to the treasure. With the key safely tucked away, Clara set off once again, her heart filled with anticipation for the adventure that lay ahead. The enchanted doorway. The golden key was cool and weighty in Clara's hand as she walked through the dense forest. She couldn't help but wonder what it would unlock: a hidden door, a treasure chest, or something entirely unexpected. The forest seemed to come alive with whispers, as if the trees themselves were sharing in her excitement. After a while, Clara reached a clearing where the trees gave way to an ancient stone structure. It stood tall and majestic, covered in intricate carvings and mysterious symbols. Clara's heart raced as she realized that this must be the place the key was meant for. Approaching the stone structure, she noticed a small keyhole embedded in the center of a massive stone door. The key slid into the hole with a perfect fit, and with a gentle turn, Clara heard a faint click. The door began to creak open, revealing a dark passageway that seemed to lead underground. Clara hesitated for a moment, her heart fluttering with a mix of fear and excitement. She knew that stepping through that doorway would mark a point of no return, an entrance into an adventure beyond her wildest dreams. Gathering her courage, she took a deep breath and stepped inside. The passageway was dimly lit, the walls adorned with faintly glowing crystals that emitted a soft, comforting light. Clara's footsteps echoed as she walked deeper into the underground chamber. After what felt like an eternity, she emerged into a vast cavern, the ceiling high above her head and sparkling with countless more of the luminous crystals. In the center of the cavern sat an ornate pedestal, upon which rested a beautifully crafted ancient book. Clara approached it cautiously, her fingers tracing the delicate patterns on the cover. She knew that this was no ordinary book. It was the key to unlocking the secrets of the lost treasure. As Clara opened the book, she was greeted by pages filled with handwritten notes, intricate maps, and detailed illustrations. Each page seemed to tell a different part of the story, providing clues and guidance for her journey ahead. It was a treasure map in its own right, guiding her through challenges and trials she could not yet fathom. With the book in her hands, Clara felt a renewed sense of determination. she knew that the adventure had only just begun, and the real treasure wasn't just the gold and gems she sought. It was the knowledge, the wisdom, and the memories she would gather along the way. Closing the book with a sense of the Guardian's Riddle. With the ancient book clasped tightly in her hands, Clara continued her journey deeper into the cavern. The glow of the crystals illuminated her path, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The air was cool and filled with a sense of magic that seemed to permeate every corner. As Clara ventured onward, she noticed an intricate mosaic on the cavern floor. It depicted a wise old owl perched atop a pile of books, surrounded by celestial symbols and nature motifs. At the center of the mosaic was a stone pedestal, much like the one that held the book. Curious, Clara approached the pedestal, her heart pounding with anticipation. There, she found a small, ornate keyhole embedded in the stone. It seemed to match the key that had led her this far. Without hesitation, she placed the book onto the pedestal, aligning the keyhole with a hidden mechanism. With a soft click, the book locked into place. Clara stepped back, watching in awe as the mosaic began to shift and transform. The owl's eyes twinkled with an otherworldly light, and its beak seemed to open as if to speak. In a voice that echoed through the cavern, the owl intoned, "Seeker of wisdom, traveler of dreams, to find the treasure, unravel my schemes. In riddles and puzzles your path shall unfold, a journey of courage, a story untold." Clara's mind raced as she tried to decipher the owl's riddle. She knew that the answer lay within her and the knowledge she had gathered so far. As she pondered the words, she realized that the journey itself was the treasure, the experiences, the challenges, and the growth she had achieved along the way. With a newfound understanding, Clara looked back at the mosaic. She noticed that the celestial symbols formed a sequence that mirrored the phases of the moon. Each symbol seemed to represent a different direction, leading her to a new part of the cavern. Following the symbols, Clara embarked on a winding path through the cavern, encountering puzzles and challenges that required her wit and determination. At every turn, the symbols guided her, and with each solved puzzle, the path ahead became clearer. Finally, Clara reached a small alcove where a ray of sunlight pierced through an opening in the cavern ceiling. In the center of the alcove, she found a chest adorned with intricate carvings. With trembling hands, she opened the chest and gasped in wonder. Inside, nestled among shimmering gems and precious metals, was a simple leather. Chapter 10. The Endless Journey. As Clara emerged from the cavern, the warmth of the sunlight embraced her, and a gentle breeze rustled through the trees. She looked down at the journal in her hands, a tangible reminder of the incredible adventure she had embarked upon. But more than that, it was a testament to her own determination, curiosity, and the bond she shared with those who had come before her. Clara returned to her village, eager to share her tale with her friends and family. She recounted the challenges, the riddles, and the lessons she had learned along the way. As she spoke, she saw the spark of inspiration in their eyes, and she knew that her journey had ignited a flame of curiosity within them as well. With the journal as her guide, Clara dedicated herself to chronicling her experiences, just as those before her had done. She filled its pages with stories of courage, perseverance, and the boundless beauty of exploration. She set up a gathering place in the village where people could share their own stories, creating a space for collective wisdom to flourish. Years passed, and Clara's journal became a cherished artifact, passed down through generations. Each new seeker added their own stories, their own insights, and their own adventures to its pages. The village grew into a thriving community, known for its spirit of curiosity and its dedication to embracing the unknown. Clara watched with a contented heart as children played in the village square, their laughter echoing the joy she had felt on her own journey. She knew that the treasure she had discovered was not hidden in chests of gold, but in the connections she had forged, the knowledge she had gained, and the legacy she had helped create. And so the story of Clara and the lost treasure map lived on, not just in the words of her journal, but in the hearts of those who continued to seek, explore, and learn. The journey was endless, for there were always new horizons to discover, new riddles to unravel, and new treasures to find. As the sun set on another day, Clara looked out over the village she had helped shape. She knew that the magic of curiosity would forever guide the path of those who dared to dream, just as it had guided her. And in the twilight, as the stars began to twinkle above, Clara whispered a promise to the universe. May the light of adventure continue to shine, and may the treasures we seek be the stories we find along the way.